The year was 2002. Christmas was just around the corner. Laci Peterson, a beautiful young woman with a bright smile and an infectious laugh, was excitedly preparing for the arrival of her first child. 8 months pregnant, she radiated joy and anticipation. But on Christmas Eve, the unthinkable happened. Laci vanished without a trace. The news of Laci's disappearance ripped through Modesto, California like a shockwave. How could a pregnant woman so close to her due date simply disappear? Her family and friends were frantic. The police launched a massive investigation, desperate to find her before it was too late. Hope hung in the balance, heavy with dread. Laci Rocha grew up in Modesto, a city known for its tight-knit community and picturesque landscapes. From a young age, she was surrounded by love and support. She was the epitome of California sunshine, always radiating positivity and warmth. Her infectious smile and genuine kindness drew people in, making her a beloved figure in her community. She met Scott Peterson at a coffee shop, and their connection was instant. They quickly became inseparable, sharing dreams and aspirations. They married in 1997, their future seemingly full of promise and happiness. Now, 5 years later, that bright future was shrouded in uncertainty and fear. Scott Peterson told police that he had last seen Laci on Christmas Eve morning, just before he left for a fishing trip. He claimed he had gone fishing at the Berkeley Marina, while Laci stayed home to prepare for the holidays. But as days turned into weeks, and the search for Laci intensified, cracks began to appear in Scott's story, leading to growing suspicions. His demeanor, strangely detached for a husband whose pregnant wife was missing, raised eyebrows and fueled further investigation. The community rallied around Laci's family, organizing search parties and prayer vigils. Volunteers combed through fields, parks, and waterways, clinging to the hope that she would be found safe. But as time passed, a chilling realization began to dawn. This wasn't just a missing person case, something was terribly wrong. The investigation took a dramatic turn when Amber Frey came forward. She revealed a shocking truth. She had been having an affair with Scott, and he had never mentioned his wife. The news sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. Suspicion fell squarely on Scott. Had he murdered his pregnant wife to be with his mistress? Section 4. A gruesome discovery. On April 13, 2003, 4 months after Laci's disappearance, the community was still holding on to hope, tirelessly searching and putting up missing posters. But then, the worst fears of the community were confirmed. The bodies of a woman and a full-term baby boy washed ashore in Richmond, California, just miles from where Scott had claimed to be fishing. The news sent a collective gasp of horror through the nation, as people struggled to comprehend the tragedy. Dental records confirmed the devastating truth. The bodies were those of Laci Peterson and her unborn son Connor. The confirmation shattered any remaining hope. Scott, now the prime suspect in their murders, was arrested. The arrest marked a significant turn in the case. He had dyed his hair blonde and was carrying a large amount of cash, his brother's passport, and survival gear. These items suggested he was preparing to flee. It was a damning discovery, solidifying the belief that he had planned the murders and his escape. The evidence painted a chilling picture of premeditation and deceit. Section 5. Justice for Laci. The trial of Scott Peterson became a national obsession, captivating the attention of millions across the country. Millions watched as the prosecution presented a case built on circumstantial evidence, pointing to Scott's infidelity, his changing alibis, and his suspicious behavior after Laci's disappearance. The media frenzy only intensified as more details emerged, painting a grim picture of Scott's actions and motives. The defense argued that the police had rushed to judgment, ignoring other potential suspects and alternative theories. In the end, the jury found Scott Peterson guilty of first-degree murder for Laci's death and second-degree murder for Connor's death. The verdict brought a sense of closure to some, but also left many questions unanswered. He was sentenced to death, a decision that was later overturned by the California Supreme Court in 2020. The court reduced his sentence to life in prison without the possibility of parole, sparking further debate and discussion. While Laci and Connor's murders remain a heartbreaking tragedy, their story brought much-needed attention to the issue of violence against women and the importance of seeking justice. Laci's legacy lives on, a reminder that we must all be vigilant in the fight for justice and safety for all, ensuring that such tragedies are never forgotten.